Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me here at Esther 5D Energy. I'm glad you could be with me today to hear this message from the guides. I want to thank you for subscribing and thank you for your comments and for your likes. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go into channel in a moment, and I just wanted to say that summer is on here in the United States, in the Northern Hemisphere, and I hope that everyone is getting a chance to let go a little bit, to relax a little bit, and enjoy the longer days, the sun, and getting outside a bit. It means a lot when my energy, when I can get outside and when I have a longer day. I love the evening times now with more sun. It gives me time to cook out, to eat outside sometimes, and just enjoy a lot more fresh air time. So I hope that each and every one of you are taking advantage of that and getting a chance to relax, let your hair down a little bit, perhaps get a vacation in. Helps everyone kind of reset and feel better. That's my take on it right now. I'm going to go into channel with the guides and see what they have to say. This vessel steps back, and we step forward as the Galactic Command. And we honor each and every one of you and thank you for listening to this message. We would like to follow up on what the Elohim had brought in last week. For many of you, listening to your intuition will be the way to navigate the future. It helped you navigate through COVID. Can you think of synchronicities? Can you think of times when your intuition played a crucial role in you deciding how to proceed during the virus of COVID? We want you to think about this. Congratulate yourself on your successes during that time. If you were able to navigate it with ease and grace in something so unfamiliar and unpredictable in the way that it played out on the earth plane. And many of you were guided. And you learned to trust yourself at times, to go with your intuition. And this will be required of you in the future as well. There is a bit of turbulence coming forward in the earth plane, and some of it will be part of the human collective turbulence, and some of it will be the earth plane herself shifting. And this may require you to listen to your intuition, to go inside of yourself and find a quiet moment to ask or have the information in the way of a knowing drop in to allow you to know how to handle the situations. If there is a supply chain interruption in some of the goods and services you need, can you think back to COVID, how you handled it? Are there areas you could have improved there as you worked through it? We ask you to tap in to this, for there are going to be things coming up, and we don't say a virus like COVID, we just say challenging situations, depending on where you live. Some may be more challenged than others. But what is going to get you through those? What is going to help you navigate it? A positive attitude, not going into fear. For fear can interfere with the information you receive. It can send you off into different directions, feeling quite scattered. If you allow fear to take over, you will be working in a frequency that is a bit more chaotic, and it won't feel good to you. But if you can go into a neutral place and understand that you are multidimensional beings and you have access to information through your intuition, and it may be as simple as asking you to go somewhere or talk to someone that you're not familiar with, or perhaps read something or participate in something. In those synchronicities that line up for you, the information that you need can be brought to you in a way that is simple and straightforward. And in those moments, you will have clarity. For a clear mind is how you're going to wish to operate. To get used to doing this, we recommend you start now when you are not under some of these challenges. You may have other things happening in your life where this may be of benefit to you now. And so your intuition, going inside of yourself and learning to trust the messages that you're getting, even in small ways, learning to really navigate here by not just what you hear in the media, but what is right for you in the moment. What is right for you compared to perhaps how other people would handle certain situations. You may have to question yourself a bit. And what we mean is quiet the mind down. In other words, there are going to be those around you that perhaps are a little bit different frequency than you, that may get stirred up, angry, or fearful by some of the things that they see. And they're going to want you to participate in this way. Pick a side. Pick their side. Engage. Agree. And while we would say it is up to you how you handle it, if you can find a way to understand that these things that you're seeing are playing out just the way they are supposed to shift into higher frequency, to shift because the things that no longer serve are going to be brought forward. And people are going to be uncomfortable. Just know this, you may be uncomfortable. So that's why it is important to be able to quiet the mind that wants to react to what it's seeing. You may be triggered by some of these things or by what others are saying about what they see. Allow them to have their perspective, you see, for it feels real to them. Can you understand that they may be in a little bit different reality than you? If they are in a different frequency of fear or anger, and you perhaps stay, we would say, a little more neutral, and you listen to channels like this, you have a different frequency. And so their reality, in other words, their perspective on issues, on supply chain issues, on perhaps interruptions with we would say politicians, governments not acting in integrity. These sort of things can set off human collective trauma. And it will play out. And you may be witnessing with someone in a different frequency than you. So your perspective of it may seem one way, and their perspective of it, just as valid for them, may seem like something else. So with that wisdom and understanding, listen to your intuition, listen to your frequency, where you're at. It is not necessary to drop into theirs and participate with them. Allow an acknowledgement of how they feel. Allow them to have it played out the way they wish. But you do not have to participate the same way, for your perspective is going to be one of peace and harmony and love, even if what is being played out in your governments or some of the predictions that you may hear or some of the Earth's shifting of her continents in the way of earthquakes or just natural things that happen on the earth when she's shifting, different types of extreme weather events may put pressure on people. You will feel it. You'll know. You've seen it before. But in this time, practice using your intuition, looking inside of yourself to see what state of mind you are in. How are you feeling inside about it? Can you find a place that is still peaceful, knowing that everything you need can be brought to you? Use the example of how you got through COVID. Did you have everything you need in spite of some of the supply chain shortages? Were you in survival mode during that time? How did you navigate it? You see, looking at examples of what you've been through, even though it is over, you may be able to tune into areas where you did really well and some where you may want to improve on. And it's better to do it in a period of time when you are not under a lot of pressure with decisions. We would say deep challenges with perhaps supply chain issues or political uprisings in your area. You see, now is the time to practice it with those around you that feel differently than you do. For that way you learn to navigate it, and you will get better and better. It will get easier and easier for you. And why would we want you to do this now? For as a human expanding your consciousness, this is part of mastering this reality here. Understanding that you can master it here through using those messages you get, the intuition, maybe I should go here today. I don't really know why I need to go here, but I'm going to do it anyway and see these synchronicities can be lined up, and you can learn and have trust in yourself so that when it is on the line, when you are under pressure, so to speak, to make a decision, you have already learned and practiced how to stay in that state of neutrality for the moment, in quietness, and really tune into your intuition for those instructions. You've learned how to ask. You've learned how to settle yourself down for a moment and say, okay, what do I really want to do in this situation? What is the best thing for me? I hear others, and they're in a different frequency than me. They have very different lifestyles or opinions. Do I want to listen to their advice? Is this something I want to do? They may be giving you a message you needed to hear, perhaps. Think about that. But at the same time, if they are giving it from anger or fear, you know to give it a moment and think about how you feel. Think about the frequency of the message or the information that you're getting. You want to stay positive as much as possible. Practice it. And that way, in the future, when challenging situations come up, you're already there to perhaps make it easier for yourself and those around you that perhaps depend on you for their guidance. Perhaps there's those in your family that may ask your opinion in those times. What do you think? You see, you would go into your intuition for that, and you would say, this is what I feel. You can decide for yourself, but this is what I'm going to do. And this is our message for you today, to go inside and listen to yourself and learn to trust it. Practice doing it. It will make your life easier in the future. It will make your navigating any challenges that you have coming up, whether it is human collective challenges or personal challenges where you are. It will make it so much easier. For we are your guidance system. We are part of it, and we are here to support you. And part of your tuning in, coming online with that intuition, allows us to give you the information you need and set up the synchronicities that you need to make it easier to guide you when those challenging situations that are going to play out here, no doubt, are happening, so that you can participate from a perspective of knowing that no matter what, you will be okay. And that is our message for you today. We thank you for listening. Namaste. Thank you.